Good afternoon. She has come out of her cocoon, at least for now. Went outside, I raked leaves, I took a long walk, I enjoyed nature. It's 45 degrees. It's a heat wave compared to what it's been. There's no snow in the air. I feel like a new woman. So, it's brought me out of my cocoon. Hi, Regan. Hi, Sue. If I would put my glasses on, I could see who joins me. So, I'm sharing a little sunshine today because the weather is nice, and it's not really nice, but it's nicer than it's been. And so I feel a little bit better. I'm so weather, what's my word? Weather reactive. If I could learn to stop being so weather reactive, I'd get along a lot better with the cold weather. I can't seem to yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. So it gets cold, it snows, I pull a blanket over my head and I play the bear and I go hibernate. And I've been hibernating a lot. So I'm very well rested. I've been getting a lot of sleep. I think source energy really pushed me into that. I was needing it. I was needing some time off to just rest. There's so much going on inside of us right now. We have all of this going on. What's a good word? There is a clearing going on in us. There is a purging. Purging is better. And so it's a very difficult time to be on the planet, truly, because we still have so much negative stuff inside of us. Whether we like it or not, no matter how hard we've worked, we still have pains. We still have these things that pop up to the surface that want to be dealt with. So source energy is really pushing us to get this stuff out right now. Where it's like you're being squeezed. It's like, let's just get the last of this stuff out of you. And you're going to be so much better when this is over. That's what I could hear it. They're like, you're going to feel so much better. But in the process of it, we're tired. We're exhausted. We're not feeling well. We have more viruses. We have more exhaustion. I know for me, heart palpitations and just fatigue and upset stomachs and just a lot of stuff going on that I don't typically have to deal with. I'm usually really energetic and really happy person. So I feel like it's just part of what's going on. And so we're being pushed to rest. You've got to rest. You need to take extra good care of yourself right now. You have to drink a lot of water. I'm drinking water by the gallons. You need to spend time, even if it's just a little, you need to try to spend time out in nature. Sit under a tree, walk barefoot in the grass, whatever it is that you've got to do. I'm sitting around with my little crystals too. I've got a lot of them and they help me a lot. You got to find whatever it is. You're different than me. But you need to find whatever it is that helps you to ground and helps you to feel more at peace right now. And so I've got a big thing for you. And I want you to, if you can, share this out because it's an important message came through to me today. And so I want to see if I can share it. I just shared it once on our Anchor Light page. So you two that are watching, you can go in there and watch that whole thing if you want to. But I'm going to try it again. Let me see if it comes out as easily as it did in there. I have spent my whole life working around children. And then I had 6 of them, so I've always been around kids. From the time that I was old enough, I used to babysit when I was 10, and I've always taken care of kids. And so one of the tricks of the trade was redirection. It was, you've got this kid that's having this horrible temper tantrum, and when kids want something, they focus on that one thing, and they don't care that the world could come tumbling down around them, and they could care less because they want that. That one thing that they can't have is the one thing that they want, and they don't care about anything else. And they don't care how much they drive everybody around them crazy when they ask for it 16 million times and throw themselves on the floor and kick and scream and make an awful, awful mess of things. They don't care. They don't care because they want that one thing that they're not supposed to have. So what do? Well, as good moms, dads, caretakers of children, we learn really early on to redirect them, to find something. You wait for that perfect opportunity where you're like, oh, they're starting to soften. Let me see if I hand this toy to them, maybe that will distract them. It works often. If you plan it right, it works really, really well. It suddenly diffuses the bomb. And they're like, oh, they've forgotten that they even wanted that thing because now they've got something else. You just redirected them. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because Spirit brought that to me today. My ego likes to bring in worries and concerns like crazy sometimes. I can have anxiety attacks because I'm like, oh, what about that? You know, yeah, everything's great, but what about that? I want that taken care of. And instead of thinking about all these other things that are great around us, I'm focusing on that one thing that is going wrong in my life. And as I'm doing that, because I am a powerful, powerful manifester, as we all are, I am actually creating more lack in my life, or more of the energy that I'm putting out, because we are truly magnets for exactly what we put out. We put out negative energy, we get it back. We put out positive energy, we get it back. So back to that story. Our egos love to bring these little things up. They're like little children. They're like, what about that? You know, picture a little bratty child that wants something and they can't have it. And life is going along really well, and then all of a sudden that little rotten little ego comes along and says, yeah, well, you might be doing really well, but what about this? And I'm going to cause a little anxiety attack, and I'm going to give a little temper tantrum inside of you for a little while. So what if we treat it like the little child and we redirect it? And the best way to redirect the ego is through affirmations. You just start talking. You just start looking for something. There's always something that can distract you. So start looking for it. See if you can find it. There's like, look around and you're like, I really love that little crystal. Or I really love that flower right there. Or, man, this bed is comfortable. Or, yeah, maybe, you know, money is tight, but look at all that I did. Look at all the bills that I got paid. Look at this roof over my head. Look at the warmth that I've got coming from my heater. Look at the water. I can take a hot shower. Look at, you know, you've got so much more than you think you do. You don't want to compare yourself to everybody else. You just start saying, man, everything's always okay. It's always okay. It's always okay. Take that little ego, pull it up into your lap and say, it's always okay, little ego. It's always okay. Pat it on the head. Give it a little chocolate chip cookie and a blankie and a pillow, and have it go take a nap. Redirect it just as if you were a loving parent or a loving caretaker of a child. Redirect your little ego. Treat it like a child. Give it what it wants. All it wants is love. Just love your little ego. It's part of you. It's an important part of you. We want to take care of it. And the more we love our ego, and the more we reassure the ego, the more the ego stops jumping up and finding things to scare us. The more it says, you know what, I'm okay. I'm okay. The ego truly can be rewired. There's that part of us that is so human, that has gone through so much in life, and it's almost kind of damaged from it, and so it gets triggered. You know, like, oh, I didn't have anything growing up, so everything's going to go away. Part of you thinks, I'm going to lose it all again. It's all going to go away. Guess what? You can change the way that your ego responds to things. It doesn't have to be afraid that it's going to lose everything, but you have to work at it. You have to keep teaching your ego to become, to just respond out of love. It's okay, little ego. I love you. Hold that little ego. Comfort that little ego. Retrain it. Redirect it. Every time. That's what the redirection is all about. Every time your ego starts to go to those places where you're afraid, where you feel a lack of anything, where you start to feel sadness or grief or loneliness, anything like that, you have to redirect your ego. You have to redirect it and say, it's all okay. It's okay. This is going to pass. Yes, I'm going through kind of a painful time right now. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. It's always okay. Everything always comes back around. Even the most painful experiences in your life are going to turn around, and life is going to be easy again, and it can happen in a split second, but you are responsible for making that happen. Source energy, God, Jesus, whoever it is that you believe in, angels, they're not responsible for you having a hard time. You are responsible for you having a hard time, and that can be difficult to hear, except that when you realize that you're responsible for the difficult times you're going through, then you realize that you're responsible for the good times too. And that's when everything gets really good. Man, when you realize that you can change it, that's when you find your power. And the most beautiful part of it all is, even when we're going through difficult times, when we learn to retrain our ego, we learn to stop looking at the difficult times as being some kind of punishment. You're not being punished. It's just an experience. Your spirit wants to go through certain experiences in this lifetime. Some of those experiences are going to be painful. We can't judge them. They don't judge those experiences on the other side. When you chose to come here, you weren't judging your experiences. You weren't sitting there going, oh man, I don't want to go through that. You knew that you wanted to go through some things in this lifetime. And some of them are going to be painful. Some of them are going to be excruciatingly painful. And yet you chose to do this. This is all you. You chose to do this, and this is only a little piece of who you are. You are so magnificent. You are so incredible and so multifaceted. And this lifetime is over in the blink of an eye. So just kind of rise above it. Learn to look down on it and realize that this is only temporary. I'm only going through this for a little while. It's all going to get better. Even if it lasts my whole life and I live to be 100 years old, it's still only a tiny little piece of who I am. It's only a tiny little piece. I chose to go through this, and I'm going to go through it no matter what. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to make it out the other side, and I'm going to create magic with it. I'm going to be that alchemist, and I'm going to turn it all around, and I'm going to do something amazing with every experience that I've chosen to have on this planet. And now that I know that I'm in control, now that I know that I am a creator, that I can create the energy that I exist in, man, sit back and watch me go. Sit back and watch me go, because now that I know, now that I've fully realized my own responsibility, I can change my own reality, and so can you. It's like a piece of clay. You can pound it and beat it and squish it, and you can come up with something so absolutely magnificent, a masterpiece. Your life can be the most magnificent masterpiece that you have ever created this lifetime. This lifetime. Out of all the lifetimes you've ever had, make this one even more magical than ever before, because you know now. You know you're here in this lifetime, in a time where we are getting so much help from the other side, so much support. And so all we have to do is slow down long enough, ask for help. Oh my gosh, if I can't give you anything else today, you are surrounded by help at all times. It doesn't just surround me. I'm not the only person on the planet that's surrounded by angels and guides and ancestors and all that. We all are. We are all surrounded by help. You came here with so much help, so reach for it when you need it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid to sit back and comfort yourself and be in a cocoon for a little while. Just enjoy who you are and grow from your experiences, and know that it's always okay. Tell that little ego it is always okay. It is always okay. That's all I got for you today. Apparently I'm missing some of the comments, so you guys, when I get off of this, I'll go back and I'll look at your comments and I'll answer them for you. That's all I got. I hope that your day is progressing, that things are looking up for you, that you realize that you are responsible for all of this, and as you are responsible, you are also gifted with the ability to manifest change in your life. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful night. I'll check in again soon. I love you.